All right, everybody, muy buenos dias otra vez to another week of distance learning. And this week I wanted to kind of scale back just a little bit, and instead of doing so much grammar, because I know it's been kind of difficult to track your progress, not being in a classroom. I wanted to do some more cultural stuff because I know that some of you guys really enjoy that. I really enjoy that personally, so I think it's a nice chance to just kind of take a second and appreciate someone else's culture always. But before we really get into that, let's put a nice little cap on um, reflexive verbs, right? So if you remember, we've been talking about reflexive verbs for the past 2 weeks. Today, I want to kind of get into doing somewhat of a writing assignment with that, meaning you're going to write about your day, right? So let's say mi rutina mi rutina diaria, right? And that basically just means my daily routine. So here are the things that I really want you to focus on for when you're writing this. I'll make these just a little bit darker because that really gets on my nerves. So I'm going to give you kind of the overview, and then I'll actually go over with you how to do one. You can kind of use mine as an example, right? So I want you to write 8 to 10 sentences en español, por supuesto. Okay, 8 to 10 sentences in Español. I want you to talk about what time do you wake up? What do you do after what do you do after waking up? Um, tell me about your daily schedule. I realize that these are going to look a little bit different now that we're not in school. And also, I want you to tell me what time you go to bed. Okay, so those are some things to keep in mind. Uh-oh, sorry. Technology. Okay, so these are some things to keep in mind. All right, and so let's write one real quick. I'm going to give you some terms that you can also use to kind of help you with this as well. So let's think. First, let's write down what time we get up, right? So if you remember from just doing the work, despertarse is the verb for to get up. And when I talk about myself getting up, I'm going to use me, right? We can put yo here if we want to. We don't have to include it. Yo me despierto, right? That's a reflexive verb. So we have to change the E to an IE. Yo me despierto a las 8 en la mañana, right? When we talk about time, we use a las and then a number, right? So a las, a number, and then what time, like what part of the day, right? So en la mañana means in the morning. So yo me despierto a las 8 en la mañana. I wake up at 8. Okay? The first word that I want you to know that you can use is primero. Primero means first, right? Primero, first. Primero me ducho. I take a shower. Y me pongo. We're going to write the verbs above so that you can kind of see what. So, primero me ducho. I take a shower. Y me pongo ropa, clothes. right? I'm using a may here because I'm putting clothes onto myself, right? If I have a child like I do, I can also say I put clothes on someone else. So that's why we need to make that distinction. Okay, so that's one sentence, two sentences. Okay, all right, another word that I can use is luego. That means later. Later. Let's see, what do we do later? Oh, let's use another word that we learned earlier. Como. That comes from comer. Desayuno. Breakfast, right? Later, I eat breakfast. So this is our third sentence. Later, I eat breakfast. Okay, so once again, let's use a time. So a las 12 como el almuerzo. A las 12 como el almuerzo, lunch. Once again, we have that verb comer, to eat. You can use the same verb twice if you'd like to. I mean, I don't want you to talk just about what you eat all day, but that's perfectly fine if that's what you'd like to do. The point of this is really just using those reflexive verbs. Okay, next thing, let's see. Let's just put dot, 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 because you can kind of fill in your day how you would like to, right? So whatever things you do in your day, I would say you probably need at least 3 things here. You can use a Spanish to English dictionary for this, obviously. Okay, and then finalmente. Finalmente. Oh, me cepillo los dientes. Me cepillo, that comes from cepillarse, which means to brush. So los dientes are teeth, right? Me cepillo los dientes, we're using the me there because I brush my own teeth. And because I have a me here, I can just use los. I don't have to put mis. Me cepillo los dientes. Let's put a time. A las 11. Let's be real, it's probably more like 1 or 2, but we're going to put 11 aquí. En la noche, because it's nighttime, right? Once again, we have a las plus a number. And then me acuesto a las 12. That's I fall asleep, acostarse. Acostarse a las 12. Once again, a las plus a number to say what time something is happening. Me duermo, fall asleep, right? Dormirse. Once again, we have O to UE. Me duermo a las 12:30. You can also just put like this. Okay, so this is what I want you to do, right? I want you to have a sentence for like at least, let's say 8 to 10 sentences. I would really much prefer you have 8. I want you to tell me about your beginning of your day, right? What time you get up, what time do you eat breakfast, and what do you do before breakfast, right? Some of you are probably going to say that you shower later, right? So you can say you shower later, whatever. And then just tell me about your day. What do you do? What kind of things do you eat? Do you play video games, right? We could use verbs like jugar, to play. You could use verbs like leer, to read. You could use verbs like, limpiar, to clean, right? And all these are going to just be conjugated the correct way that you would conjugate it for yo, because you're talking about things that you do. All of these things are going to be yo, right? And you're going to be using reflexive verbs as well. So let's do, because we're going to do 8 to 10 sentences, we're going to do 8 to 10 verbs, right? And each verb, you're going to want to use 4 to 5 reflexive, and then 4 to 5 regular. Okay? If you guys have any questions, you can like always, you can let me know. I look forward to reading these because I think they're going to be really good. And I look forward to seeing you guys in a couple weeks. So enjoy this. Enjoy reading about culture this week. And if you need anything from me, please don't hesitate to ask. I love you guys. Talk to you later.